Welcome to TMZ Live. Ozempic makes you fat. According to Donald Trump, who unveiled his big health care plan, and it has to do with Ozempic in a way because he has a story about a billionaire.
He's talking about prices of drugs like Ozempic.
And how we get ripped off in the United States, according to Donald Trump. So he has a billionaire friend that he used as an example. In the process of explaining this, just shaded this guy.
Completely, unnecessarily.
A friend of mine who's a very smart guy, very, very rich, very powerful man, actually. But he was very fat. And he took the fat, I call it the fat drug. I won't give you which one. It was Ozempic. I won't tell you that. And he went to London on one of his many business trips. It's all he does is business. He can't walk across the street, but he's a great businessman. And he said, President. I said, what? He used to call me Donnie. Now he calls me President. So I said, you've come a long way. He goes, but I have a problem. What's your problem? In New York, I pay $1,300 for this drug. Now, this means nothing to him. This is like a penny out of your wallet. The guy's worth hundreds of millions, billions of dollars. He said, and in London, sir, I pay just a fraction of that. I said, what are you paying? $87. It was too much to bear. Because after I told him that the drug does not work on him, because I saw him recently, he's actually fatter than ever. I said, the drug is not working on you. You're going to have to go to something else.
That is so gratuitous. I mean,
okay, no one's ever said he's not funny. He's definitely funny.
This was funny.
It was very funny.
But seriously, he does have a point about drugs. That that they hike these prices to a point where, when you look at comparability, because there was more to this clip. He said that this billionaire actually looked, and it was made at the same plant, the exact same drug,
coming from the same place,
and look at the disparity.
But the price difference. Aside from making fun of his fat friend, as he puts it. I don't think it works for him.
Sure it does.
He's talking about, but this person is comparing it to the UK. Do you know what the UK has that the United States doesn't have?
They have universal health care.
Yes.
I know.
But that's why it's $87
Well,
there.
unless they do price controls. I think there's some nobility in really, taking this issue up, because people can't afford drugs in this country. We are an unhealthy country.
It is absolutely important to bring it up.
It's got to get fixed. I'm glad he's talking about this. I am.
Yes, it's the thing that everyone wanted him to talk about that they didn't for the longest time.
He's talking about something else.
Yes.
And the something else is just astonishes me. That the story about the Venezuelan leader who gave him her Nobel Prize.
She came to the White House with her Nobel Peace Prize yesterday.
And there was a big question, did he accept it? Well, he made that clear today.
Yesterday, you accepted Maria Machado's Nobel Prize medal. What do you intend to do with it, and why would you want someone else's Nobel Prize?
Well, she offered it to me. I thought it was very nice. She said, you've ended 8 wars, and nobody deserves this prize more than in history than you do. And I thought it was a very nice gesture. And by the way, I think she's a very fine woman, and we'll be talking again.
Oh,
why accept it?
It's humiliating. It's not his prize.
It's so undignified.
It's not.
So undignified.
First of all,
it's absolutely
the fact
undignified.
that this has you guys worked up is insanity. It's a symbolic gesture. It's not a transferring of the prize.
No, he's holding it
definitely
and
not
smiling.
It's not a
transfer.
And by the way,
he hasn't won the Nobel Prize, right?
He has not won it,
But
which
he
is
wants to win
why
it.
accept
I'll
it?
tell you what, I would much rather, if I was a politician, I would much rather get it from somebody who was the opposition leader in Venezuela, where they had this illegitimate leader who Democrats and Republicans alike have described as a monster.
But he's not putting in the legitimate. You just said that she's the legitimate leader.
5 political guys in Norway who are just giving this thing out for political reasons.
He didn't win the Nobel Prize. This is not his prize, Babcock.
It's not.
It's humiliating. It's humiliating.
If she wants him to have it because he just freed that country from this
What
horrible,
does it mean?
illegitimate
The president have said, thank you, but no thank you.
You
are the rightful, you won this.
It doesn't mean anything except for the fact that she thought he was. I really don't think, I completely disagree.
Oh, really? Really?
This is,
really?
All he could have said,
He's leaving.
Really?
What is,
I don't know.
What the heck?
Really?
The show's still on?
Babcock.
What?
What is happening?
What?
Babcock.
What is this?
I'm going to bestow upon you a People's Court Emmy.
This is great.
What the?
So what are you going to do with it?
Mike,
You're gonna
this is heavy.
Mike,
So wait a
have
minute.
some
So wait a minute.
dignity.
So you're going to put this in your living room?
Thank you.
And you're going to put this in your living room and say, "Oh, I have an Emmy."
I've worked so hard for this.
Oh my God, you're not doing an acceptance
I want to thank
speech.
my mother, my sister Kristen. I want to thank Lucas Whitman. I did it!
Hi, this is Jade from LA. I'm wondering if she wants her medal back after everything that's transpired. I think she joins a long list of people who have tried to give Trump everything and then they end up snubbed at the end, and if they're lucky, on the TikTok page of the White House. But I think at the end of the day, he didn't win, and history is always going to reward her. It's not going to reward him. And
but he thinks it's
Right,
rewarding
and that's
him.
the You're absolutely right. That's the humiliating part of it to me. Is like he didn't get awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, yet you're going to keep this thing. I would love to know if he's going to actually display it, because that.
Oh, of course he will.
That is
Of
going to
course
be
he will.
so shameful. And just
absolutely-
like, are you going to get your Emmy back? Because he's going to go home with it.
Damn straight.
Is Michael Rappaport a homophobe?
No.
A lot of people who were gathered around him. But
I am.
Things got very heated because during the latest episode, Michael was trying to deflect the attention from him. People were accusing him of being the traitor, and he decided to put it on Colton Underwood. And he said something that Colton at least said he received as homophobia, and everybody piled on Michael Rappaport. So watch how this plays out. I can't tell what's real here and what's people playing the game.
Oh, I know exactly what's real here. Rappaport.
Someone
on
got
this.
petty with the grammar at the end.
To me, this is absurd. That what Michael Rappaport is saying is, yes, Colton Underwood was in the closet. I know something about that because I was too for a long time. So he was in the closet, and yes, it's hard. It's really hard. Colton Underwood, and I'm not saying this is bad or not at all. Colton, he was supposedly looking for a woman to marry. That was a ruse. So in terms of keeping a secret, he did that very publicly. It has nothing to do with being in the closet. This is a game. And whether it's relevant or not, it's not homophobic show for millions of people to watch. That's not a homophobic statement.
If I said to you, so you're saying the only difference is because Colton went on a reality show. But if I said to you, well, I know you're good at keeping secrets because for however many decades, you weren't out.
But you know what,
right?
Charles?
So then would that be me being homophobic?
No, and you'd be right. You learn that, and it's a terrible thing to learn.
That would be horribly homophobic if I did that.
Hold on, wait a minute. You're telling a gay guy that it would be homophobic even though he doesn't think it would be.
Yes.
About himself.
Yes.
You asked me, would I feel that's homophobic?
Right.
No.
I'm saying I would never say that because I would feel like that's homophobic.
Okay, and I'm telling you
to mock the fact that you didn't feel comfortable in society.
You're not mocking. It's just a fact that you learn how to keep secrets when you have to live that way, and it's a crappy way to live, but you do learn it. So it wouldn't be, listen, if you said that to me, I would say, you're right.
Coming up.
Well, Tom Brady was at the outset here talking about Aaron Rodgers, who some people think is about to retire, and he was asked about what Aaron Rodgers might be thinking. And Tom ended up revealing what happened in his only losing season, and
kind of blamed it on his divorce.
Be right back.
Well, Tom Brady was at the outset here talking about Aaron Rodgers, another great quarterback who some people think is about to retire, and he was asked about what Aaron Rodgers might be thinking. And Tom ended up revealing what happened in his last season. His last season, which was, I believe, the only losing season he had as a starting quarterback.
Yep.
And I don't want to say he blamed it on his divorce.
Kind of blamed it on his divorce.
He kind of blamed it on his divorce.
You know, my last season was tough. I was going through, I had a lot of, just a personal, a family issue, and it was a challenge, and it was a very, it just took a lot out of me in terms of, you know, my ability to continue to play. And I had 23 years of it, so I didn't feel like I was missing anything retiring. I felt like, okay, this is time. I always had a goal, 45. I was 45 years old. I wanted to spend time with my kids. I felt like, okay, you know, now it's time for me to be at all my kids' games. You know, they've been enough to their dad's games.
Yeah, he's not blaming Giselle. He's just saying, look, the divorce
Took its toll.
Took its toll mentally. I wanted, my attention was split, and he couldn't continue to.
The thing I find weird about it.
Play at the level that
the thing I find weird about it is Tom Brady is so military the way he lives his life that he has the ability to compartmentalize so many things and organize things that this seemed to be kind of that one-off that he couldn't.
But there was always the reports that this is what kind of caused their separation, in the fact that she wanted him home, he wanted to keep playing until he was 45. So.
Well, he said he was retiring and then took it back.
Right. But he always said that 45 was that year that he was chasing. But he did say it comes to a point where you play so many games over 23 seasons that you want to start focusing on your kids' games. They've attended so many games of his that he's
not
like,
what he's saying so much as the divorce kind of derailed him, right?
Right. I mean, what I heard him saying was that because of the divorce, then it shook him up and realized, I've got to pay more attention to the kids.
He didn't specifically say only the divorce, but I could also see him being like, is this the right thing for me to be doing right now?
But he had that pressure several years at least before he ended up retiring, and he compartmentalized it.
Or is it because this was the one losing season of his career that this is his?
Well, that could be his excuse. Well, I mean, and that could be. I'm sorry. I have just got to ask this because I see it now. Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you say something about his background?
Can you
want to look at his kitchen?
Roll the tape.
You want to look at his kitchen?
It's not so much.
No, hold on. Unbelievable.
No, I'm not.
We don't even.
You're missing my point.
Okay.
I haven't even said my point, and you're missing.
Okay.
It's not the kitchen that I'm really looking at. It's why do so many people choose a kitchen as their backdrop? Because I see this all the time. I see this all the time.
I guarantee Colin Cowherd did not ask him, hey, Tom, what's going on with your kitchen? You are choosing to focus on this.
I know. We focused on the divorce. I'm asking a question. I'm sure he has a big house with a living room and all sorts of rooms. It's not him. It's a lot of people. They choose the kitchen.
I have an answer.
I'm just simply asking why.
I have an answer. It's, especially in his case, it's vast, so you got a lot of depth behind you. And also, you're not going to get as much personal stuff. If you go into someone's living room, they may have photos, they may have art up and things that they don't want. In the kitchen, it's nice and clean. There's your answer.
So he's keeping a secret.
He gave a tour to ISO Speed. There are no secrets here.
Yes, he's got a secret in his living room he doesn't want us to know about.
Hi, this is Alex from San Diego, California, and I'm not surprised that Tom Brady did so bad his final season after his divorce with Giselle because, hello, did we forget she's a witch? She's a good witch. She's into astrology, crystals, tarot cards, and she even did rituals to help him win. He's talked about this, so I'm not surprised that he did so bad after the divorce. I mean, even billionaires use astrology to their advantage. Behind every man, there's an even better woman lifting him up. So we saw this one coming.
I saw this one coming. I love that.
Wow. So I don't know what's more impressive here. The fact that at just 24, Kai Cenat became the greatest streamer in the world, right? The most successful streamer at only 24.
By far.
Now, here's the second thing, that he is walking away from it to pursue a dream in a completely different field. I mean, arguably, it's still show business, but he wants to make it in fashion. And so he is walking away from his streaming empire. This is
awesome. It is awesome.
It's one way to look at it.
I'll give you my take because I think it's amazing.
Well, here is Kai's take. We got him out at LAX and asked him why he's making this this big shift.
How's it feel to do like something totally new that people ain't about to see different sides of you?
It feels fun to just do a new skill, like just developing fun. Like I'm actually having a lot of fun right now.
Is that the main goal? Like you're trying to do like
that is the goal. I had to take it serious. It's close. Like you gotta indulge in it as much as possible. That's why I had to take a step back from streaming to do what I gotta do.
So this is the next step to your career.
Yes.
All right. How real are you with the needle now? Are you nice?
I'm a beginner. I can make a few hoodies. I'm trying to do denim next. I'm a beginner right now. I'm just learning.
I want to weigh in on this because this is the one thing I tell people who ask about just
what
I've done
their
or whatever.
career, right? Looking for career.
When you pursue your passion and give up something that's secure, it keeps you young. And it is just simply true. Eventually...
Well, he doesn't have to worry about that part. He actually is young.
But it will keep you young. And listen, I know people who are 28 who feel like old people, who are doing things they don't really want to do. And it's not even so much he doesn't want to stream anymore, but he conquered it. And now he wants to try something new. And there's no law that says you have the same career for, from start to finish. Yeah. And when you change, if you change to something you're passionate about, even with risk, which there always will be, it keeps you vibrant and young. And it's, for me, it is the best advice I can give people.
But what,
so I think this is awesome.
But what really is the risk he's taking? I mean, he hit
how much money
he hit the mountaintop, and the guy has a ton of money.
He can coast and
but I'm saying he has a ton of
money.
money. I think what's more interesting to me about this is it's like you see people like you could say Kanye West or Pharrell, that they hit the mountaintop at their profession and then pivoted and got into other things.
Have you ever heard the term golden handcuffs?
Not in probably the way you're thinking about.
No, I'm not talking. Oh, I know which way now you're thinking.
It's not an S&S thing.
Okay.
Golden handcuffs is when you make so much money that you feel you can't leave the job because you've got a nice house, you've got a nice car, you're supporting your family and all that, and you have golden handcuffs on and you can't do what moves you. He has he could have golden handcuffs because he could keep making a fortune. He's willing to let that go to try something new. Kudos to Kai Cenat.
Hi, y'all. This is Tiara from Las Vegas. So I believe with Kai stepping into the fashion scene, this is a complete level up for him. I think that with streaming, he's going to become a really big mogul in the fashion industry. And not to mention, it also seems that a few weeks ago, he was on a path of where his mental health was spiraling, but now it's starting to feel like he's coming into a good light, a good space. So I love this for Kai, and I'm happy to see what's to come.
Coming up.
A lot of people feeling nostalgic for 2016, and there is one that really jumps out to people. It is a song that was very, very popular.
Huge.
I Took a Pill in Ibiza, Mike Posner. A lot has changed for Mike over the last 10 years, and we are honored he is back with us today.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
BB Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water, too.
Did you just say, look at the water? I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at.
TMZ!
Well, as we begin 2026, a lot of people feeling nostalgic for 2016. This has been a thing online now that people are posting all of their 2016 memories, and there is one that really jumps out to people. It is a song that was very, very popular in 2016.
Huge.
Yeah, that is A Pill in Ibiza. I Took a Pill in Ibiza, Mike Posner. Well, guess what? While everyone's feeling nostalgic for that song, Mike also felt nostalgic about it, and in fact, sort of has updated the song, and he recently performed it with some slightly changed lyrics.
Been back to Ibiza, and got a hotel by the shore, and now I'm 12 years older and I'm 10 years sober, but each is a year older. I moved out of LA, I'm trying to start a little family, 'cause all the things I was taking, decisions I was making had me headed towards tragedy. You know I just want to live my life. You know I just want to shine my light. You know I just want to give what I got to the world and then go back home. 'Cause I only get this one life, so I think I'm going to give my life up to God, 'cause he's got me back on stage tonight.
Wow, just as powerful, because clearly a lot has changed for Mike over the last 10 years, and he's sharing it with his audience, and he is, we are honored he is back with us today, sharing it with us. Mike Posner, welcome back to TMZ Live.
Hey, nice to see you guys.
It's so good seeing you. So I got to start with this, because this whole thing on social media now of going back to simpler times in 2016, even though you're going back to your song, you're kind of telegraphing it wasn't simple and it wasn't necessarily good. So it's sort of a mixed message. I love it, but in a way, you're kind of bucking the social media trend by changing the lyrics and saying, don't romanticize so much
Right.
about what was going on back then.
I wasn't really aware of the social media trend. I was just doing my art, you know, and sharing it. But some people on my team have told me about that trend, and you guys are now. But just my life has moved in a certain trajectory, and my art has always been a vehicle that I just kind of tell the truth about it. And so I wasn't my intention to buck the trend, Harvey, but I guess I am.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, I think it's really interesting that you're being very honest about, you know, how things have changed for you. And I think the part that's got to really hit with your audience is you're saying, yeah, I was singing about this back then and it sounded great, but look how things have turned out. Your life has changed. And I thought the part that was really powerful, and you point out that Avicii isn't here anymore, that's got to, I think that really strikes a chord with your audience when they go, yeah, you know what? Maybe it wasn't all, you know, as amazing as we're making it out to be.
Yeah. As much as it's, you know, interesting to reflect on our growth in the last 10 years, what's more important is creating the next 10 years. And if my story can be of benefit to anyone listening to this, when I wrote the first version of I Took a Pill in Ibiza, I was alone. I was depressed. I couldn't hold down a relationship. I had made success externally. I had money. I had a Grammy nomination, but the juice of life just wasn't there. And now, fast forward 10 years later, thanks to one, God, thanks to some Tony Robbins help. I did some Tony Robbins conferences that were really impactful. And thanks to a lot of other grace in my life, I've found faith, I found health, and I found my life partner. And through all that, I found myself. And so this, you know, I didn't come on here today to brag about my highlight reel and how happy I am. I go through challenges like anybody else. But if there's someone listening who's really going through a tough time, and I guarantee there are statistically in your audience, there's probably even people thinking about stopping living right now. I just have two words for you. Keep going. Keep going, because you have no idea how great life, the universe, God, I'm not here to tell you what to believe, but you have no idea how good your life can get in 10 years. It can become unrecognizably beautiful. And so Winston Churchill said, you know, if you're going through hell, keep going.
Mike, I can hear in your voice just how moved you have been by the things that have happened to you over the last 10 years, and not the least of which being, I didn't hear you mention this, but I don't know if we've ever spoken to anyone who's walked as much as you have in your life. Walking, we were with you part of the way when you were walking from coast to coast in the U.S., and you also have completed now the Continental Divide, walking from Canada down to Mexico along the Rockies. What happens to you in your mind when you're out on these epic hikes?
It runs the gamut. To be honest, this thing inside my head is a crazy voice. I think we as souls are much more than the voice in our head. We're not just the voice in our head. In fact, the voice in our head is there to keep us alive. It's not there to make us happy. So mostly what I'm trying to do is not listen to that voice and identify and come in closer touch with the part of me beyond the little voice in my head.
But can I stop you for a second? Because this is a good place to end, because you're talking about the voice in your head and how you're trying to, you know, keep it in check. We had a talk this morning in our morning meeting about the folly of Instagram, that everybody wants to make their life look perfect, and it never is, and it actually creates problems because you never achieve what you're projecting to people. For me, one of the things I always thought about you was you were a really spiritual guy, and all of these treks you made around the country and that you were trying to find like a higher purpose. I always thought of you as this really spiritual guy because of what you were doing. And I'm a little stunned to hear you talk about how you were haunted back then and that you've kind of come out the other side and seen light. Because I never thought of you that way. What you projected to me was this really spiritual, kind of evolved guy. And what I'm hearing you say is that may have been smoke and mirrors back then, and I figured it out now.
I think it's more nuanced, Harvey. I appreciate that, but I was both. I was both, and we all are, right? So I'm not any more of a spiritual guy than you, or right?
No, you're definitely more than him. We get your point.
But listen, when I was at my best at that time in my life, I was exactly what you're describing. But I wasn't always at my best, and I had a lot of demons as well, and I have challenges to this day that I'm working through at this moment. And challenges, or quote unquote problems, are gifts from life that help us grow. So when they come, we should be grateful because it's calling forth a stronger part of ourselves that needs to evolve and come out.
I feel like you just wrote a song.
Yeah.
Like I think I heard a verse in there. I definitely heard a verse.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You might want to go look back at this. You might have the start of a song there. Mike, it's always great talking to you.
Great talking to you, Mike.
Bye.
Coming up.
Kid Rock and his friends are getting ready to rock the country with a music festival. When the lineup came out, there were a lot of people that totally made sense. Now, Ludacris was the one that people really went, wait a second. His people said there was some sort of mix-up. He was not supposed to be on the lineup.
Be right back.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. Kid Rock and his friends are getting ready to rock the country with a music festival, a traveling music festival. They play 8 shows around the country. Tickets started going on sale. Everyone excited about this. When the lineup came out, there were a lot of people that totally made sense. Like at a country music festival put on by Kid Rock, you'd expect to see Jason Aldean and Blake Shelton.
Jelly Roll.
And Jelly Roll. Nelly, even Nelly, you might expect to see, and Ludacris. Now, Ludacris was the one that people really went, wait a second. Why is Ludacris on this? Well, he has been getting backlash all week, and it's feeling a little 2020-ish.
A little hot in here.
A little 2020-ish. That would be Nelly. But,
but it was, well, I mean, it was
yes,
as
because
close as I could get.
Luda was essentially, I guess you could say, bullied out of this festival. He has announced today that he is not going to be performing at the Rock the Country Festival.
The reasoning is
so, look, and again, over the last couple of days, he's gotten a lot of backlash online. Fans saying, what are you doing? Why are you going at this festival? We didn't understand that this is what you were down with. And then when he announced he wasn't going to be performing, his people said there was some sort of mix-up. He was not supposed to be on the lineup.
That's ridiculous.
He's on the poster.
No, he's on the poster.
So that is a ridiculous statement to say there was a mix-up.
When the word kid is in there, you know,
in rock.
As in rock, you know this leans political. I mean, because
a lot of people, yes, fans called this a MAGA festival.
And it's possible Kid Rock could do something that has nothing to do with politics, so intertwined in his life. And there are other people, Jason Aldean and others, who are big MAGA supporters, that it's clearly he's reacting to the politics of it all.
You are who you associate with, right?
No,
I mean,
no, not necessarily.
I'd say you do. You're the what's the saying?
necessarily.
You're the average of the 5 people you associate with most. Yeah, that's fair.
Do you
Okay, but you can't say that these are the people they associate with most. They're just doing a concert.
I'm saying that's the reason why, to your point, Ludacris was on the poster. So with that, a lot of his fans were mad at him. But I should say the cleanup of this by Luda and his team, horrific.
Terrible. It's terrible.
I mean, you think this festival was just like, oh, let's just slap his name on it? Of course not. There are deep negotiations that go into any time an artist is supposed to perform at a festival.
To do 8 shows? Yeah. There had to, that's not a mistake.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen by mistake. Clearly, he wanted to be on it, didn't realize. I don't understand the calculation that why he wouldn't realize that there was going to be, from his audience, some backlash.
It's just really sad that we are using politics as a litmus test for who we like artistically, who we want to associate with. You know, this is where we are.
Hi, my name is Ashlyn. I'm from Michigan, and I think people are reading way too much into politics right now with the music. Sharing a stage with somebody doesn't necessarily mean you just endorse their entire belief system. It just means you had a mic and a time slot. Even when an artist does make politically centered music, even if you don't agree with it, it doesn't mean it's not good music. Art is still art, and music has always been about connection and never division. Just let music be music.
Yeah, unfortunately, it ain't the way the world works these days.
No, definitely not. Well, Alex Earle already made a lot of headlines for her St. Bart's encounter with Tom Brady.
Tay with Tom Brady.
Yes.
They were kind of handsy.
Now she is talking about a little bit about her breakup with Braxton Berrios, another NFL player, and what she did or didn't do with his phone.
So there's this whole thing that that people are saying that he cheated and that she went through the phone and she found the person, blah, blah.
So on the latest episode of her Get Real With Me podcast, Alex got into this. This is actually her first episode. She had comedian Jake Shane on, and this is what they got into about phones and going through them.
Have you ever gone through someone else's phone?
Nope. Yes. Yes. Have you ever gone through someone's phone?
Of course. Everyone's. Except I've never gone through Braxton's phone.
Mm-hmm.
I think every other boyfriend.
You've never gone through his phone?
Phones, laptops. No, I never went through his phone because I trusted him.
That's weird. If she goes through all of her other boyfriend's phones, she says, well, I trusted him. There's a clear, fundamental lack of trust because you're going through everybody else's. Why wouldn't you go through his?
Maybe
because
she's
she trusted
trying to
him.
mature and, maybe be like, oh, I don't want to do
women
things
do
that
this? Do women do this?
Of course. And you know what?
More than
it
men.
doesn't. Do men go through girls' phones? That's
We don't
news
care.
to me. Uh-oh.
We don't care. Although she said it happened to her once, but uh-oh.
But no, just kidding. But here's the issue with going through your significant other's phones. You will always find something that makes you unhappy. It doesn't have to be cheating. It could be something small, like a girl you don't like DMing a guy and being like, oh, love this photo of you. And then you're like, wait, what the heck? Like, why is that girl reaching out? So there can always be, or
that sound personal?
just the discovery page of your significant other's Instagram. Because the discovery page is like, things that you've looked at that they think you're going to be into. Well, I don't want to look at my husband's discovery page on his Insta and it's all these girls with big boobs bouncing around. Then I'm going to be like, what the heck? Now I'm mad.
So
all of that felt very, very personal.
Wow.
Coming up.
Well, A$AP Rocky isn't making much of a mystery about this. He dropped some new music, and there are definitely a few songs on his album that seem to be pointed at Drake.
Stole my flow, so I stole your bitch. Be right back.
Well, A$AP Rocky isn't making much of a mystery about this. He dropped some new music, and there are definitely a few songs on his album that seem to be pointed at Drake. You know that there's been a long-standing feud that has been it has never got as heated as Drake's feud with Kendrick, but it all has to do with Rihanna. Obviously, everyone remembers that Drake and Rihanna used to date, and A$AP Rocky is now with her.
Why is he upset? He won.
Because Drake has taken some shots at him, and so you drop new music, you got to take shots back. This is what he said on the New York Times Popcast about the songs. Like I said, he's not really running from the fact that he's going after Drake.
You also have a song on this record called Stole Your Flow, where you're like not taking so kindly to people biting you. So obviously the internet's going to decide who you're talking about on that
For
song.
sure. I think we all know.
They're going to say it's Drake. I mean, but you're like no secret. Like that song's for him.
No, I don't really.
Or it's for anyone
It's
who
for
might
whoever
be.
feel like it's about them.
Listen, the song Stole Your Flow is the song. Here's just a little bit. This is not even debatable.
Stole my flow, so I stole your bitch. If you stole my style, I need at least like 10%. What go through disrespect? I hope you take offense. And BBL, lucky we on body shame. Throwing dirt on Rocky name, turn around and copy game.
Does he have to get Rihanna's permission?
No.
To refer to her as bitch?
Well, no, just to
well, maybe for that, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to do the song, does he have to get her permission?
No, I don't think he has to get her permission.
It's art.
Do I think he let her know? Probably.
What I find interesting is usually there is a musician is coy when it's a diss song. They won't say who it's about. He was very open about it.
And also the BBL reference.
But I will say this.
Yeah.
This is helping Drake.
How?
Because everyone is saying, like, first of all, I have listened to Drake and A$AP Rocky for a long time. Not once in my life have I ever listened to an A$AP Rocky song and like, this sounds like Drake. And vice versa. Never have listened to a Drake song and been like, this sounds like A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, I didn't get the thing that he
at
stole.
all, like biting his flow. So this helps Drake because everyone is basically saying, all these people are coming out with these new albums and they're always poking fun at Drake. Just trying to poke the bear because he's like the man down right now. So it's like the cool thing to gang up on Drake. But at the end of the day, A$AP, he didn't steal your flow. You guys sound nothing alike. You're just mad that he, had your girl before you? Granted, I love A$AP, I love Rihanna, I also love Drake, and at the end of the day, you bringing Drake back into this when he hasn't said anything about you or Rihanna in a very long time helps him. It makes people look like, for what reason? Like you said at the beginning, he won.
But that's the thing, too, that he clearly lost with Kendrick, and he was beaten up so badly that at a point, what I've seen TMZ over 20 years is that when people start to pile on somebody who's lost, it turns it around for that person.
It's like, just move on. He lost, the beef's over, let's move on.
Yeah.
Move on. You got Rihanna, you got 2-3 kids now?
That part.
3.
Hey, y'all. I'm Ohana, and I'm from Tampa, Florida. And personally, this is 100% about Drake. I know he likes to tiptoe around it and do a if the shoe fits type of thing, but that's just not what it is at all. We can all tell. I don't necessarily agree with the flows. I don't. But one thing I can say is they need to leave my girl Riri out of it. I feel like they're mentioning her in man business way too much.
All right, you gonna call out for the violation?
Ohana?
You can call out the violation.
Christmas is over.
Lose the stockings.
Oh,
Lose the stockings.
okay.
Yeah, they gotta go.
I know, but I love the decorations.
Coming up. So we have been telling you a lot about the Michele Reiner murders, that Nick Reiner is now in jail, charged with these murders. We have gone to the place where Nick Reiner was arrested. And this is a drug den where people often buy meth.
This is 100% going to be something that's brought up in the trial.
Yes.
Be right back.
So we have been telling you a lot about the Michele Reiner murders, that Nick Reiner is now in jail, charged with these murders. We have done a real deep dive into Nick Reiner's mental health. We've told you about his mental illness. We've told you about his drug use. We have gone to the place where Nick Reiner was arrested and have talked to people there, even someone who says he recognized him. But this is a drug den where people often buy meth. And
this is 100% going to be something that's brought up in the trial.
Yes.
Because
this could be a meth murder. I mean, aside from his mental illness, aside from his mental illness, there is some evidence that this could be a meth murder. We are going to get into it beginning tomorrow, Saturday, and we're going to kind of lay this out on the TMZ Two Angry Men podcast with myself and Mark Garagos. And we're going to show you what we found in that area, Exposition Park, and kind of connect the dots on what we think happened. Again, it is the Two Angry Men podcast, which is available anywhere you get your podcasts.
All right. What else do you guys want to talk about?
Hi, I'm Ria. I'm from Toronto. Want to talk about Trump winning, well, not really winning, but getting the Nobel Peace Prize. The only reason he wants one is because he's in a secret competition with Obama, who already has one.
Well, you know, in fairness to Michael Babcock in our office, he said that he doesn't believe Obama should have won that, and a lot of people think maybe...
Which is a completely different
It's a totally different topic.
Right.
Yeah. One more.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I'm from Seattle. And regarding Kai Cenat's new fashion line, I'm really concerned about whether his high fashion line is going to be sustainable long term. He's starting off, he literally just started off sewing in November, and he's going into denim. He's making a leather bag. So my biggest question is, like, will his garments, whether tops, bottoms, or accessories, will they last as long as his brand's relevancy?
But maybe not. But let me ask you, let me ask you a question. If you were the king of Spain and Columbus came to you and said, look, everybody's saying the world's flat. I want to sail and I want to see what I can find. Would you tell him no?
I mean, if I had that type of money, anything could happen, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, and Kai Cenat has that kind of money, and he's following his dream and his passion. I am so impressed with, honestly, I am so impressed with what he's doing.
I hope Kai's venture into fashion ends better than Columbus's venture to the New World.
It was an issue.
Coming up.
Well, NFL playoffs this weekend, getting another week closer to the Super Bowl, and Bad Bunny is also getting ready. I think he's giving people a little taste of what his show is going to be like.
It's going to be a lot of dancing. Does he look different to you a little?
Be right back.
NFL playoffs this weekend, getting another week closer to the Super Bowl, and Bad Bunny is also getting ready. And I know there's been a lot of talk about people who don't think he should be the halftime show performer. I think he's giving people a little taste of what his show is going to be like.
It's going to be a lot of dancing.
Yeah, and I think also wants some of those NFL fans who don't know his music to get a little sample of his music. So this is like a trailer, essentially, he dropped.
Does he look different to you a little?
No. No. I mean, he's wearing a jacket.
No, his haircut just looks different to me. But I think what he's just showing is that there's a lot of movement and dancing, and that's really his signature. I'm excited about this, honestly.
The trailer title, guys, The World Will Dance? Yeah, The World Will Dance. So
I'm really excited about it.
That's the anticipation for the show. If you want to do that, I mean, if you're not into fun and dancing, then I guess you're not going to enjoy the halftime show.
What is the option? They're doing an alternative thing?
There's going to be some alternative.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, whatever. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.